Hey there everyone, Porterhause here, and today I have a match for you in my M4A3E8 by EZ8, affectionately known as Big Daddy, with the now double mark of excellence on the barrel that I'm just going to sit here and stroke until you are uncomfortable. Alright, I think that's enough. Anyway, this is going to be one heck of a match. I barely survived this, and although I didn't get a lot of kills, well, you know what? I'm not going to give you any spoilers. Just watch it and enjoy. Okay, everyone, this is the Muravanka map, and I am going to be running down the west side of the map in the forest by the river. And the reason I'm going to be doing that is that's to prevent the enemy team from coming through the forest alongside the river, through our cap, and then flanking our other tanks. So going with me apparently is this Churchill and these two Leopards and the Leo, that SU who's going to play a big role in this, and that IKV, although that T67 is coming along too. I didn't see a lot of them after this. I'm hurrying along, and unfortunately I was kind of off in my own little world, not paying attention, and ran smack dab into the back of this Leopard. I turned at the last second, but still did him a little damage. I feel bad about that. I hope he didn't think I was just trying to hurry him along. And I've actually had people do that. They like try to push me because they don't think I'm in the right spot, to suit them, I guess. So I was actually taking a bit of a chance. You can see the Leopards going out and scout, and I was coming up over the top of the hill, and this is where I was getting a little chancy because I could be spotted from a long ways away. Ran down into this dip, and then still didn't see anything, so I went up and around again, trying to get closer. I wanted to advance as much as I could. And at first I didn't see anything, so I was just running up and down this little cut between these two hills and trying to spot. Now that T-21 popped up, and then this P-43 came after me. And so it ended up with a duel with us, and he ran into me and actually did himself damage instead of me. And he took a big chunk out of me right there, and he kept ramming me, which wasn't doing him any good. And right there, our Churchill that was just driving by happened to finish him. So right there, I am already below 50% of my health. Not a good start. And then I see our Leopard get destroyed, and an artillery round landed next to me, and I honestly, right there, decided that this was not going to be a good match for me. And I was happy to find out that I was wrong. Just keep in mind, for every good match you see in my videos, I probably have 20 bad ones. Now, again, I was just taking a peek, and I still didn't see anything, and I was actually a little baffled. Other than this P-53 and that T-21, usually there's a ton of tanks coming this way. So again, I'm just driving back and forth, checking things out. I'm not seeing anything, and I'm going to try to stay in this cut because this is good cover. But you got to be careful because somebody in a fast tank can come up and over, and if you're facing the wrong way, you're boned. You can see the Churchill moved off. The T-67 is moving off, and I just fired a random shot to see if I could stir anybody's interest down there, and I didn't see anything. Now, I'm also backing up in a hurry because of artillery, and I completely forgot that my commander now has Sixth Sense. Now, if you don't know what that means if I get spotted, I get a little alarm and an indicator, so I know I've been spotted. And I almost don't like it because it freaks me out. And if you see my turret twitching, I've had issues with World of Tanks ping rate going up really high sometimes. And that's what causes that. Most of the time I'm in the 100s or lower, so I got a little nervous, so I pulled around the backside of this cut and saw the Leo moving up. And the Churchill actually isn't too far away. But then I see this T1 Heavy, and I was going to try to snipe him from here, and I realized he's going down this other side of this hill going after the Leo, who has already taken a chunk out of him. And I was going to go up and over and come down from above, but he had the same idea. And I shot him, I got a ricochet, and his turret started turning toward me, and fortunately I popped him at the last second. So I got him before he got me, and I was going to join the Leo, but he started taking rounds from somewhere. And I got nervous and backed up. And as I was coming around the side of this hill, my intent was to go back to that cut. And then I spotted the OI Experimental and the WZ. I took a random shot at them. You can see the Leopard is up there doing his thing, trying to get him spotted. And too rich for his blood, so he takes off. And that's not a bad thing for a light, especially a Leopard, which is, you can see, only a tier 5 tank. And it just has, you know, cardboard armor. Their advantage is in their ability to spot and that nasty little flak gun they have. Now, at this point, I realized the only person behind me was Emil in the SU-100. But I wanted to hold this area so my team didn't get flanked, because we're still about even. And so I started driving back and forth, and sure enough, they pop up, and there's that Hellcat, and I shot him and set him on fire. So I got a little bit of damage out of him, and then right there you'll see that the SU finishes it. Now that was a great shot. Now that's what teamwork is all about. Now this WZ and this OI Experimental start moving up, and I honestly expected them to hold there, and then the WZ just comes up anyway, so I got another round into him, damaged something on him, not sure what it was at the time. He got a big hit into me, and then I just started running down the line trying to get away from the that OI Experimental. And I just kept popping this guy. You can see I got a little carried away and shot the side of the building, and as soon as I got my reload, popped around and got him. So that's kill number 2 right there. Now that OI Experimental still sitting there, and let me put it back in game camera, and you can see. Now, I couldn't see him, so I was trying to move up and spot him, and you can see the SU is telling me to fall back, and I was about to reply I would love to if I could, and then that OI shot me in the tread. Fortunately, I had a repair kit, so I backed up, went around the corner. They got a slow reload time, so I was good. But what I didn't realize, and I wasn't paying attention, is that he got polished off. Our artillery, the M41, dropped a round on him and finished him. So I got spotting damage for that, which was awesome. Now, at this point, I still don't realize that the OI is gone. But I see the SU going up and over the hill, and I just assumed he was chasing the OI, and then finally I'm like, oh, duh. There's the destroyed OI right there. So I decided to go support the SU-100. And the reason I will do that with TDs and big, slow tanks is that, again, especially with TDs, a lot of them don't have turrets, and the big tanks are just slow. They have their slow speed, they have a slow traverse rate on their turrets. So it's handy for them to have a medium tank around to keep the smaller, faster tanks off their behinds, literally sometimes, while they do their thing. So I'll often move in support of that kind of thing. Now I'm playing it kind of cagey. I don't know where that TD is. Also, I didn't want to get spotted by artillery because I don't know where that is either. So I'm staying behind these hills, and I start moving up, and I turn the corner here, and let me put it back on the SU. And I'm just kind of following the SU-100, and I was just planning on spotting for him, and I thought we were just, doing our thing where everybody else was doing our thing, and I didn't look up at the bar and realize that I was literally the only tank left. It was just the SU and both of our artilleries. So I was taking a chance, and I was running toward this house right here, just trying to keep things under cover. And I know they like to hide in that corner, so I was trying to keep the house between us. And I come to a nice little sliding stop right here, tucking close to the building in case artillery decides to start dropping on me. Not seeing anything going on. And now keep in mind, again, I don't remember that I have the Sixth Sense. I literally just put that on the crew, on my commander before this match. And then when that's about the point where I realized, like, oh crap, and I meant to type in well shit and screwed that up and then fixed it. And you'll see that the M44 agrees with me. So I decided, well, I got to be the sacrificial lamb. So my intent at this point was just to be bait for him and our artillery over on that side of the map. And again, I'm trying to keep as much cover as possible between me and that corner because I know they're there. They're always there. And again, nice little sliding stop. I take a peek out, not seeing anything, and just decide to YOLO it and head on out there. As you can see, my girl's not too bad as far as speed, but she doesn't turn quick, and she accelerates slowly. Now, I spotted both of the artilleries. That's the indicator I was talking about, the little light bulb. The SU gets one, and our artillery gets the other one. So that's both of the artilleries down. We're just down to that J Panther. And I know he had to be around here somewhere, and sure enough, as I come around this corner, I spot him. And he gets around into my treads. I fire back, and my intent was to circle him. He actually tried to ram me, and the SU popped him, and that was victory. There's my good team, or good game team. All right, everybody, not gonna lie, this was a hairy match. When this screen popped up, I let out a bit of a holler and got Luke all excited, and he started barking. Didn't you, buddy? Yeah, he's back to sleep now. So anyway, I did 1,212 points of damage, which is pretty good for a tier 6 medium. 1,962 in spotting damage and the 2 kills. Now, it was just the 2 kills, but I'm not unhappy with that, with this and this combined. And the reason for that is I got a nice chunk of change for that, and this is actually incorrect. Now, I'm looking at this right now in my replay manager, and it does not take into account that I have a premium account. So this was actually 2,128 experience. So not sure why this doesn't count that, but whatever. So I got nice experience. I got nice money for it. I had a lot of fun in that match. The fights with the WZ and the T1 Heavy were pretty hairy, especially the WZ, because I thought for sure this guy had me. And I managed to put 4 rounds into him, thank goodness, and then turned around at the last second and hit him and popped him with just probably like a split second before he shot me. Now, the T1 Heavy, I was supporting that Leo that actually took a pretty good chunk out of the guy. And he was coming over I thought he would circle around the side of the hill, and I was going to come up and attack him from above. So I started to go up the hill and realized he was up there with me. And then that turret started turning toward me, and I'm not going to lie, I panic fired and popped him. So not unhappy with that. Unfortunately, the Leo immediately took a ton of fire from somewhere, and I backed off and ended up going down the side of the map with that SU. The SU-100, driven by Emil XZ, who turned out to be a terrific teammate. Him and both the artilleries did a great job. That was real teamwork on that, and you saw that especially with the fact that I was just being bait for all 3 of them. I was just trying to go out and spot and possibly get shot at so they could spot spot the enemy and finish them, and that worked out really well, especially when we hit that corner and the 2 enemy artillery were sitting there. The SU got one and artillery got the other, and then as I went around the destroyed artillery, I spotted the J Panther, and he immediately shot me, but he got me in the track. Now, I shot back, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I injured his driver. So that cut down his maneuverability, and my intent was to circle around to his side or behind him and just start smashing him, and the SU came through once again and got him. So I got my my bruiser badge for damaging enemy vehicle modules or injuring crew members at least 5 times in the battle, and as you can see, I well exceeded that. I got my fire for effect, I got my spotter, and best of all, I got my mastery badge ace tanker for that. So that was a lot of fun. I got a lot of doodads and advancements on some of the missions I've been working on. And as far as team score goes, I was number 2 in damage, just under the SU, so not unhappy with that at all. And then after repairs and which my tank, which was nearly all of it, I still got a nice chunk of change. And once again, this is incorrect. That is 2,128 points of damage. So it was a fun match. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I had some great teammates. Make sure that you hit the like button down below, drop me a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And I will see you all at the next World of Tanks video.